Nice.
Alright guys, you guys are checking out episode 9 of Dynamic Saturday. Just, trying to mess around a bit, but with San Diego Comic Con right around the corner at the time of me recording this, probably by the time this is out, you guys will probably be way past San Diego Comic Con, but I still want to talk some reviews, talk some exclusives, and just talk shit overall, man. Post some figures, have fun with your figures. That's what this channel is all about, man. Displaying, posing, and taking badass pictures. So let's get back to the basics, man. Have some fun with it. Starting with this Cliffjumper right here. But yeah, man. Dynamic Saturday, episode 9. Let's get it started. For this post, I kind of based it around a card game, man, for Transformers. I can't remember what the card game was, but the idea is kind of him jumping backwards while kind of pointing, double wielding and kind of going through all the blasts. What I did here real quick, which I enjoyed, was kind of used a little bit of the, I want to say, War Machine effects from Marvel Legends. Just kind of sticked it to the stand and kind of had it off frame, kind of having missiles approach, Cliffjumper right here and kind of blasting in the background. I kind of wanted to add the flames, but I feel like a lot was going on already, especially in the background. I used the background from the Bumblebee movie for, Cybertron, so kind of wanted to represent this kind of Cybertronian battle going on. Something simple, man. I actually got this new light as well, which I just used on this shot, man. So this little Ulanzi light I actually got during the Amazon sale. So that was cool, man. But yeah, got a little bit of posing here. Finally got around to shooting this guy. Even though they keep doing him dirty in every show, every damn movie, every comic, man. They keep killing him off. I don't know why, man. Cliffjumper is way cooler than Bumblebee, so I don't know why they keep wasting his potential, man. He's practically an angry Bumblebee, just wanting to go into battle. But yeah, man, this figure's definitely fun. Everything you would want with Transformers, except for transforming, of course. But hey, I'm here for the robot modes more than the vehicle modes, to be honest. I've only had one gripe with this figure, man, is that they didn't include his G1 weapons. Kind of wanted that bazooka slash sniper where he first came out, just blasting away Decepticons, man. But everything from the paint job to the, just the look, the head sculpt, man. You guys can see that head sculpt right there. Everything is different enough for me to really warrant another purchase of this body mold. And I'm not even mad that 3-0 is doing that, man. Give us all the body molds that you can, so you can get a bunch of characters out. Give me a Prowl, give me, a Springer, give me all these alternate characters. I know they probably won't go too deep. Probably Soundwave, maybe Shockwave, Ratchet, Ironhide, all the main ones, RC. But I definitely want at least the Wreckers and the Combaticons. But I don't know, man. That's just me. My nerd in me wanted the line to go deep, but hopefully, man. If we ever get a Devastator, I will lose my shit. But so far, this MDLX line really has me, all in. I got a real quick shot right here, man. Finally getting around to shooting this new Future Trunks. Kind of wanted to recreate that scene in the anime where he's trying to stop Cell from ever getting in the time machine in the first place, so he's kind of waiting for him. I know the costumes are not exactly accurate, man. He's supposed to be wearing the Saiyan armor, but I just wanted to shoot this new version of him. Something simple, something angled. Trying to get a kind of the tail to frame Trunks. I don't know. I was pretty satisfied with the shot, but that's the original setup right here. Just continuing the photo shoot a little bit for Trunks, man. Switched it up a bit, added the aura effect, kind of him attacking him, ready to do his finisher. And yeah, man, just trying to a little bit of my own version of that final episode of the Cell Saga where he goes back to the future. Man, I really wish I had that model kit time machine. That's such a badass prop, man, and it would go great with these new trunks. But that's alright, man. I actually lit up the aura effect with a little bit of a light, with the new Yulanzi light, kind of giving a little bit of a yellow hue. And I lit up a little bit of Cell from the bottom. So yep, that's where we're at. Got the final shot right here, man. Trunks doing his aero blast. Yeah, so just want to kind of to recreate the last scene where he destroys cells in the sky when he's about to do the Kamehameha, and he kind of just blasts them. It's a pretty iconic shot, man. Pretty iconic effect too. Pretty iconic move even in the video games, man. So that was mainly what I was going for. I actually lit up the background again for the aura effect, Super Saiyan aura effect, and lit under his feet to give it kind of a yellow hue. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. This shot was one of the simpler ones I did. Alright guys, I didn't pick up any figures from the comics and stuff I visited in El Cajon, but I did pick up some comic books, man, which was kind of the main thing I was headed over there for, man. After watching the last episode of Lost Cause, man, they have this little segment for what's coming out this Wednesday. Kind of gave me an idea of what I wanted to pick up, so I went in there looking for these specific books. So yeah, man, got a little bit of a comic book haul. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alright guys, so the first two issues I did pick up for this month is the Void Rivals 1 and 2. Real quick, thoughts on the story, man. It's a pretty interesting story. Pretty much kind of the two pilots from opposite, societies or opposite civilizations kind of crash land on this planet looking for resources. They need to work together in order to survive. And spoilers, they do find Jetfire, man, lost on that planet. And it kind of sets up a little bit of a Transformers universe. I'm definitely excited for the Transformers universe, man. That's kind of the main reason I picked up these two issues. Just the idea of having, again, Transformers under issue 1 and kind of Robert Kirkman kind of kickstarting this, Energon universe with G.I. Joe, Transformers, and now with the Void Rivals. I wanted to jump into this universe early and kind of get a feel for what could be expected for the next few years of Transformers comics. The other issue I did pick up was Blade number 1. Pretty good story, man. Good foundation. Definitely got me excited to pick up issue number 2. In my opinion, just the dialogue was a little corny. I was talking to Omar V from the Lost Cause about it, man, and he did kind of mention that those Wesley Snipes movies did have some corny dialogue too, man. So, hey, I'm still interested in picking up issue number 2. This book has a really badass scene from the first Blade movie, really similar, but I'll let you guys find that out, so definitely pick it up. Alright guys, the next issue I picked up was Big Game by Mark Millar and Pepe Larraz. And I want to say, man, this issue was definitely good, man. Great dialogue, great story, great, creative way to merge the universes. I would definitely recommend this issue, man. Without spoiling too much, a little bit of a spoiler. Pretty much the villains have been in control of the world for years, man. And that's kind of how you know that Kick-Ass really thought that he was the first superhero in this universe, man. Because these guys have kind of brainwashed everybody into thinking that superheroes have never been a thing. So, yep, pretty cool issue. And finally, I did get this Rasa cover for Black Panther, and I did get this Darth Vader black and white, mainly for the covers, man. I did enjoy the covers. I still haven't gone around to reading the issues. I will get around to reading them. But, I mean, this Rasa cover is just too nice, man. Definitely worthy of being framed. So, yeah, those were my comic book pickups for this month. We'll see what we get next month, man. Alright, guys, real quick. I did actually pick up these legends a little bit during the last episode, towards the end of the last episode. But, as you guys know, that episode was way too damn long for me to try to push these guys in there. But yeah, man, those are my quick pickups. I did get the Cyclops on sale, and so did I get the Molecule Man. I think there were about, in total for the two, like $32. So that's what I'm talking about, man. Don't ever pay these crazy Hasbro prices for Legends unless you really want the figure, right? Because who am I to say what you should spend your money on and what not to? But yeah, man, quick thoughts. The Cyclops is pretty cool, man. He's a little buff for me. He's always been slim. As, usually Wolverine calls him. So I think that the body mold is a little too buff. Some people might actually disagree. They prefer a buff Cyclops, but that's just me. Just kind of being a little nitpicky. The Molecule Man, I mean, for $12, he's pretty cool, man. Definitely an essential kind of villain character for the recent Marvel comics. He's always kind of been a universal interdimensional threat, so he's a pretty cool character to have. I did also get the Turtles, but so far I kind of want to hold off on them. Kind of want to get them in a few shots before I kind of give my full thoughts on them. But as of right now, I'm on a little bit of a rush, man. I'm about to head off to the Bandai Dragon Ball Z pop-up they usually have, for San Diego Comic-Con. It's usually free, man. So what I do, I tend to every year, show up to the marina and just kind of hang out there, check out the new reveals, and that's where I'm headed, man. Check out all the cool shit they have around the con. So, all right, let's go ahead and get that done. I'll catch you guys in a bit.
like I work in finance. God bless, no, this not by chance. Don't dab me, you're not my man. Don't at me, you're not my man. Mama said don't buy it if you cannot buy it twice. I cop by the tools and I don't pump fake with the price. Always on the grind, I put in work with all my might. I know that he got me now by sight.
I'm making my way around to shooting this NECA turtles, man. I haven't really been shooting any footage in the past 2 weeks, been a little busy, but finally got to sit down and just, play with my toys, play with a little bit of the NECA turtles. And I mean, my quick thoughts on this, I don't know, man. They're okay. I have a few issues with them, and they kind of disappointed me a bit when it came to articulation. I guess my main issue with these turtles, man, is just kind of how chunky they are. I mean, I know that's the design, it's not the fault of NECA or anybody, but it makes it really difficult for them to get in frame when it comes to shooting all four of them together. Another issue that I have is articulation, man. Even for NECA, it's a little limited just because of how chunky they are. You guys can see that right there, that RAF. It's probably like the lowest you can get them, like crouching in a ninja pose. And I know like these guys are not supposed to be Spider-Man, but they are ninjas, man. So you would think they would be a little more posable when it came to that. Now, getting real quick into some reviews from SDCC, man, for the Mirage side and the Last Ronin, because those are the only two real NECA lines I collect when it comes to turtles. I'm pretty excited for that Leatherhead, man. Even though we still have that issue of articulation, as I saw in the pictures. I mean, I can't really judge it until I have it in hand, but it looks like we're still missing that torso joints, man. The ab crunch. Anything that Leatherhead's not going to be able to move at that torso from what I saw. If I saw correctly, it looks like a solid piece, and I'm not really feeling that, man. I'm excited for the whole crew on the Last Ronin, man. I really like those designs of a little more armored up turtles, a little older, a little more mature, and definitely Splinter looks great, man. So I'm excited for those. I'll probably put up pictures so you guys can take a look at it. But I mean, if you guys Now going into the shot, man. Originally, I wanted to kind of have all the brothers in frame, right? So that was kind of difficult at first, just because they're so chunky, as I mentioned before, and just I thought the best way to do it was kind of having them look into the horizon, kind of looking for Foot Ninja. Another thing I did is try to create almost like a set. Now creating that set was a little more difficult. That was almost done over here with like kind of this area right here. If you guys can see it, I tried to create almost like a fire escape effect right here of, with that old Chitari effect from Marvel Select. Added the water tower here on the left, as you guys can see it, and then added a little bit of this area right here, and then I try to add a bit of lights. Man, I'm using those new Ulanzi lights I got, so that I try to kind of create two different types of lights just to almost simulate two different neon signs. I don't know how well it came out. You guys let me know. And then I kind of used a little bit of an IDW comic panel in the back where Mike is kind of jumping off. You guys can kind of see the hand, but I kind of framed it in a little tighter just so you guys wouldn't be able to see that. But yeah, man, that was a shot. Let me know what you guys think.
Nice.
Finally picked up the super articulated Marvel Legends Black Widow, man. I actually had a pre-order on my Target app, but I kind of got tired of waiting for her, and I saw that at a local, Target, man, through the San Diego Toy Collectors group on Facebook. They had her in stock, so I went ahead and snagged her instead of waiting for Target to ship my shit, man. But overall, quick thoughts on the figure, man. She's pretty dope. I really appreciate the whole pinless, super articulated body. You guys know I'm always asking for more articulation on figures, man. I do have a few gripes, but overall, man, I'm trying to just set up a quick picture right here, trying to, do something simple, just trying to get a feel for the figure and see how I feel about it. Got to play a little more around with the figure, man. I do have a few gripes that I think worth mentioning. First of them is I think the joint between the leg and the hip kind of doesn't really work that well, man. She's not able to really throw, horizontal side kicks. The leg kind of gets stuck in the hip area, where the ball joint, meets with the leg. Also, her hair is a little, a little tough. I know they did give us that extra head without the long hair, man, but I still think that a softer hair would have gone a long way. And even the diaphragm joint, man, I think they could have done a little better, space in there, kind of giving her a little more, crunch area. Even though the crunch under her does kind of work, the ab crunch at the bottom, that diaphragm joint is not really doing the job it's supposed to do in the beginning. But overall, as you guys can see, man, she still articulates pretty well. But those are a few gripes I do have. There's other minor things I don't think are worth mentioning, but overall, man, I think those are just little things that could be improved in this female buck, man. At the end of the day, man, looking past all my little gripes with her, man, little nitpick, she's a great figure, definitely worth the full price, man. I did find her, here in California, so they did want to upmark the figure a little bit in that Target, man. So fuck those guys, because I price matched the figure with the online store, man. So they kind of respected that price, but that was kind of a crazy story that they wanted, I think, about $40 for her, which is kind of insane. I mean, yeah, fuck that, man. But overall, like I said, a great figure. Definitely enjoyed her, man. Definitely worth the full price. The Marvel Legends team definitely improved on the female buck, and I think it's a pretty decent female buck so far, man. I do enjoy her. She's pretty good, pinless, everything you would want. Still aside from those little grips, like I said, she got multiple hands, multiple heads, man. Everything you would want with the Marvel Legends, and I think if the standard price is gonna be $30 from now on, but it's gonna be with a bunch of accessories like that, sign me up, man. That's definitely worth the price of admission, and I'm definitely willing to pay a little more if they're gonna give us that many accessories and that many hats and just almost feel like a little import. But yeah, man, I don't think I'll be needing a Black Widow in a while. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Quick side note, man. Here's another look for her. I know usually she does kind of rock this short hair in the 616 universe, but she also actually has this hair in the Ultimate universe, man. This is kind of her main look that I recognize her from the Ultimate universe. So actually, she doesn't really rock any gauntlets in the Ultimate Universe. So thanks to Hasbro for making this removal. Now you have an Ultimate Black Widow. And you guys already know, man, I'm a big fan of the Ultimate Universe, so I'll keep, preaching for them to give us the rest of the team. Soon as I get the Ultimate Cap, but give me the Ultimate Iron Man, give me the Ultimate Thor, Ultimate Hulk, give me the whole team, man, and I'll be happy. But yeah, here's another quick idea that I didn't really see in any of the reviews or anybody talking about it. A quick Ultimate Black Widow. Alright, guys, so I'm about to head out to the post office, man. Before I went, I just want to kind of get a little bit of a little consensus on what we think about selling old legends, man. I'm actually about to sell the. Well, I already sold them. I'm about to send out an old Daredevil, man, with the Bucky cap mold and the an old Thor, man. And I just think that having those old molds in your collection doesn't really play any factor in anything, especially if you just have them in box, man. That's just my opinion. But I wanted to see how you guys feel about it, man. Do you guys collect everything, especially for you guys that are completists? What do you do, man? You have everything on display, multiple versions of the character with different body molds, outdated body molds, or do you guys just kind of throw them in a box? I was just kind of curious about that. Just wanted to see what you guys think about, the whole idea of being a completist and holding on to old body molds, man. As I said, personally, I get rid of that shit, sell them, and hold on to the newer shit. So that's just me, man. As far as this Cobra Lieutenant goes, man, it's actually going to my boy Boncho. But yeah, man, I'm about to send this out to Boncho for his birthday, man, trying to pay it forward. But only if the deal is if you take some pictures, man. It's all about photography with me, all about, collect, trying to get those figures and some poses, man. I want to see you pose this dude. So if you get this shit, man, you better be taking pictures of him. Still waiting for you to drop the content. So yeah, man, just shout out to my boy Boncho. He's a real cool dude, man. And I think sending the shit for his birthday is the least I could do to such a cool dude, man. So all right, catch you in a bit. Let me send this shit out. Got the beginning to a shot right here, man. Messing around a bit with this Mezco Superman. Mad nice figure. This is usually how I start off my shots, man. Just get a single character, kind of like a focus character, put him at dope pose and kind of build around them. Gotta find a way to hide that stand in the final shot, but yeah, man, we're cooking. We letting the creative juices flow. Let's see what we can build with this guy. So yeah, let's get it on. See where we go. Finally, I flashed this whole scene out, man. Kind of wanted to recreate a scene of like almost Superman flying out of Metropolis at the golden hour. It was a nightmare to try to hide that stand, man. As you guys can see, I had to adjust the pose originally. I had him looking a little more straightforward at the camera, but then, just trying to adjust it and kind of working with what we have, man. And it's part of photography, man. Sometimes shit just doesn't work. You have to be flexible. You have to, adapt to the situation. That's what I did. I adapted the pose, kind of angled it a little higher, him facing a little higher up, and just try to hide that stand, man. Also, kind of had the idea of him kind of flying through almost like a construction site, and kind of used almost this piece down here on the left to kind of create like the sense of a crane, almost just kind of to hide that stand, and then some pieces of a metal building being built in the back, just to kind of accent the display a little more, kind of give it a little bit of depth. I don't know how well it worked, but overall, I'm pretty satisfied with the shot, man. And just like I said, part of being a tour photographer is being resourceful, and you do whatever you can to kind of recreate the shot you want. All right, guys, finally getting around to talk a little bit about the Mezco reveals for SDCC. Yeah, man, this episode has been a little bit all over the place, man. Kind of recording this shit kind of late, but yeah, man, just trying to get through it. But the point is, yeah, let's get into some SDCC stuff. All right, guys. Starting with the few reviews they had, man. I don't think they had that many, which kind of sucked, man. It was kind of underwhelming not to see some reviews for SDC, but they do tend to reveal a lot of stuff on online, Instagram, and their website. So, it wasn't that big of a deal, man. It was pretty cool to see in hand stuff. So that was kind of what kind of kept me interested through the whole thing. And there's about three main things I want to talk about, man, that really caught my eye. One of those things were those turtles, man. Those things were definitely the talk of every Mezco group, man. People really missed out on those. I personally didn't pre-order them at first. I missed out on them because they did sell out pretty quick after those pictures came out. And I went ahead and joined the waitlist for the Mezco website, man. Worst case scenario, I think my local guy will have them. I can just pick them up in person like I did that Mr. Freeze. But yeah, those things look great, man. It's just the perfect mixture between comic and like realism and just Mezcified and just the way the leather looks, man. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything you guys haven't heard already from those guys that are just all those Mezco, other channels that you guys probably watch. But yeah, man, those turtles are definitely on my hit list for the Mezco. The second thing I want to talk about, man, as you guys can see right here, DC is my main line for Mezco, man. I don't really do Rumble Society as much. I do cherry pick here and there. So the reviews for there weren't really interested to me. One of the main things I noticed was that Damien, man, and he looks freaking great. I'm definitely excited to get that name, man. It's nice to see that the DC line is still strong and going through Mezco and just that's I dropped everything, man. Once they canceled DCUC and they, I'm not really that into the whole McFarlane line. I think Mezco's my main DC line right now, man. And I'm definitely excited to see that the line's not dead, at least for DC, man. And that Damien does look a little tall. People were like kind of complaining about that, but the way I kind of look at it is that it's an older Damien, right? It's a 17, maybe 18-year-old Damien, kind of already experienced with Batman. So that's how kind of I see it, man. Mezco's a little more modernized, so you would think that they wouldn't have a little kid running around in the Robin suit, although that's usually the case. But yeah, and and they also revealed that Nightwing, man. So I'm definitely excited for those two figures. Can't wait to get them, man. I'm just happy to see the DC line, keeps going on. And the last thing I want to talk about, man, which is keeping it with DC, is that damn black suit Superman, man. A lot of people were complaining about the S symbol on this Superman when they first got it. I was one of them. I didn't like how it looked when I saw it in hand. But once you have it in hand yourself, man, not through pictures, not through anything, it doesn't look as bad, man. As you guys can see, it's passable, and it does kind of frustrate me that the DC line of Mezco does fluctuate between like size, I guess, from scale. But at the same time, man, I'm just excited to get that Superman. He looks great. He looks even better than this one. A lot of people were kind of, I guess, a little upset that they changed the texture from the first solicitations for it. But I'm loving it, man. I don't mind the suit. It looks great. I'm excited for it. I'm a big DC guy, and Mezco is my main DC.
Nice.
Alright, guys, finally getting around to shooting this Destroyer, man. It's probably the longest I've had, time between segments. I've been a little busy lately with life. But we're not here to talk about that, man. We're here to talk about this Destroyer and finally getting able to shoot him. But yeah, this was the setup here real quick, man. I try to kind of recreate a scene from, I think I want to say Thor 600 or 606, where Doom gets a hold of the Destroyer armor because he pretty much convinced the Asgardians to settle in that area. But yeah, man, just messing around here, man. Just trying to get a little bit of a quick shot, kind of him, summoning the Destroyer. The way the light bounces off, this Destroyer armor, man, it's just pretty great. I have to give it to Hasbro, man. They really killed it with the paint of this figure. Alright, guys, now getting into the SDCC reveals for Marvel Legends. I mean, what can I say that has already been brought up, and by this point in time, I am shooting this pretty late, so I mean, I'm just gonna cut straight to the point. It was disappointing. I think they should have brought more reveals. They should have, given a little more excitement. Yeah, the Marvel Knights wave is cool, man, but the Build-A-Figure, I mean, really? And it also is like, it's not coming to stores, really? You have to pre-order them, and I guess that's what the way they're doing it now. But yeah, like I said, I'm disappointed. I kind of wish they would have shown off a little more. I get that the Hasbro PulseCon is coming and everything, but still, man, I guess if I have to say I will be picking something up, mainly maybe the Lady Bullseye. I'm definitely interested in that figure. That Luke Cage. The blade was disappointing, man. Just the pegs, just only opened mouth. Not even the sword is unique. Like, come on, man. Blade's sword is unique not only in the movies but in the comics as well, man. He doesn't just use some type of samurai sword, man. His sword is pretty unique. And yeah, I just wish that we would have gotten more head sculpts and maybe just giving us a different chest, man. The chest looks really similar to the one we originally had with the ball to kind of like cut, and that figure was horrible. I hope they switched the legs, but hey, man, only time, guys. Real quick, one last thing. Shout out to Brandon Torres on Facebook, man. He's always showing me love on Facebook and liking my pictures. And he asked me what I used to for backgrounds, man. And I've shown you guys before, and we've talked about it. You guys can kind of tell right here. But yeah, man. I usually what I do is kind of go on Google, kind of just look up a picture or something that I kind of want to think of a background, and then try to build some space between the screen in the back and the figures, man. So you guys can see here my hand. I built some, some space between them to kind of really use that f-stop to kind of build the background out of focus. And by it being out of focus, it kind of dims the light down a little bit and kind of makes it blend in. If I can match the lights on the side with the lights within the background, I think that's the perfect kind of harmony kind of shot you want, if that makes sense, man. I'm not a professional photographer. I don't know what the words are, man, but yeah, shout out to you, Brandon. That's what I usually do. I usually just do a Google search real quick. In this case, I did Ledberia or Doom's Castle, and kind of build some space between them and then try to match the lights. But yeah, man, that's kind of how I usually do it. Sorry for the messy platform, man. I've been having this set up for a few days. Just trying to show some support for the FCMC Facebook page group, man. They're pretty much a toy photography group, man. They're running a little tournament this month in celebration of Ahsoka's premiere. So it's mainly Star Wars related, and they kind of give you concepts, and you kind of have to follow them. The general idea of toy photography, and just trying to compete, trying to keep my exercise these fingers, man. Stay a little fresh when it comes to my posing and my photography, and there's a fun way to kind of pick that up, man. So yeah, it's being run by Medmo Rodcam on Instagram. I'll link him and link the Facebook page. You guys should join it, man. It's a pretty fun page. It is in Spanish, so that might be a deterrent for some of you, but hey, still pretty dope photography being done there, man. But yeah, something real quick, trying to recreate a little scene from the Clone Wars. I did misread the rules. I think originally I thought it was gonna be a Master and Apprentice, kind of like that was kind of like the theme, but it turned out that it was different. I still submitted it, man. I just said I'm getting a little harder for me to shoot because of work and shit and life, so I'm just trying to be supportive of the group. So here's the little dope shot. I was excited to talk about the Black Series, at least before I saw the presentation, man, what they had to reveal. I was hoping that they would kind of, get back in course, man, get back into, for collectors that open their stuff. But I still hold the idea that the line is really meant for almost Funko Pop collectors, man. If that pisses you off, it's the truth. It's just the articulation is not there. It's meant for people to collect their figures in box. I don't think the line is for people like me anymore that like to open their figures, man. So that's okay. I mean, as I said, I cherry pick at this point. Get the cool figures. The other figures that are not really interested don't get picked out. The only things I did kind of find interesting, I kind of want to, kind of looking forward to, I guess, but really skeptical about it, is that Droideka, man, and the Super Battle Droid, just because of the Clone Wars connections. But overall, man, I know they're going to be lacking accessories. I don't even think the Droideka's probably going to get the shield, so hey, man, I'm still having my fingers crossed, man. I'm still a big Star Wars fan, and I'm still hoping for the Black Series to course correct, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon, so we'll see. Alright, guys, got a quick shot here going with Superboy and Gotenks in the hyperbolic time chamber. Yeah, man, something real simple, something real quick, and a little prelude, kind of a little bit intro to get into the SHF reveals for SDCC, man. The best reveals in the whole show, the Dragon Ball line. You guys already know that's my main line, man. I'm definitely excited to, talk a little bit about it, give my opinions on it, and just kind of overall talk some cool Dragon Ball shit. But yeah, let's get into it, man. Quick little shot right here, man. I'm not really feeling the yellow hue on the back of the effect. It's making a little too yellowish, this shot, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Alright, guys, finally getting around to talk some of the Dragon Ball reveals, man, and my favorite line. Yeah, what can I say, man? I don't think I'm gonna say anything that hasn't already been said, on a few of these YouTube channels, and people who kind of make pretty quick videos when it comes to reviews. And by the time you guys probably see this video, the pre-order for these figures is already up. But I'm still gonna give my 2 cents, man, just because I'm super excited for this line and just to see how far we've come in the few years that I've been collecting the Dragon Ball line, which I still believe is the best line out there. I don't think there's any line, no matter the company, no matter the characters, that really step up to the Dragon Ball line as a whole. But yeah, I guess as far as reveals go, I was super excited to see that they revealed that GT Goku, man. I know it was last episode, I believe, where I was asking for more GT characters, man. I was asking for Trunks, for Pan, for Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4, Baby, Super 17, all these characters, Omega Shenron. And I just want them to do everybody, man. And the fact that they kind of showed off that Goku is a step in the right direction, and just kind of having the privilege to be able to walk up and be over there in the pop-up without needing any kind of ticket for SDCC really allowed me to see the prototypes in person, man. And I guess real quick thoughts on that Goku. He's super small, man. It kind of just confirmed for me is something that we've all probably known for years, is that the Dragon Ball line, the Dragon Ball Z line, and Super and now GT are all different scales as far as Dragon Ball to the other ones. Dragon Ball is an own scale for some reason. Tamashi just decided to do it that way, which I'm okay with. I don't really collect Dragon Ball. I had to draw the line somewhere, and I was a little more attached to see if anything. And so yeah, just because that Goku is way smaller than the Kid Goku that is from the Dragon Ball line, and see it in person, like while you guys think, kind of have an idea that it's small when you see him in pictures, those pictures are close-ups, man. Seeing it in person, that's GT Goku smaller than this Gotenks, which is crazy to me. And it still looks like it articulates really well. It looks great in person. The hair sculpts look really cool, especially that one where like his hair is waving from a Kamehameha. That's like classic look from GT. Um, I'm definitely excited. In an ideal world, I would want him to come with at least a Super Saiyan head, which I don't think we're getting, as far as I know. But if they reuse that mold and they give us a Super Saiyan 3 head, even with the golden tail, I'm in for it, man. I'm definitely excited, and I'll buy him again if they give us a Super Saiyan 3 version of him. We're still waiting for the Super Saiyan 3 version of this Gotenks. But overall, man, that figure looks really good. It looks like it articulates really great. The paint, even the small details, the face, the face plates, everything looks great, man. And I'm super excited for that GT Goku, especially seeing him in person, as you guys saw in the video earlier. He looks really good, man. But then again, that's just my bias being a big Dragon Ball fan. The other reveal they actually showed was that Mecha Frieza, which we all kind of knew that he was coming. I don't remember if they revealed him first online and then they just brought him over to SDCC, and the big reveal for SDCC was the Goku. But I was able to see that Mecha Frieza in person, as well as his father, which I'm praying finding the name right now. God damn, call myself a Dragon Ball fan. I can't remember his Cold. Yeah, King Cold. Yeah. So they showed King Cold and Frieza as well, and yeah, they won't look great, man. I still don't have the second form Frieza, but it looks like King Cold is coming in that mold. He looks humongous, man. He's big, he's imposing. He looks great. Definitely an instant comp for me. As far as the Mecha Frieza goes, man, I don't really know how I feel about that. I think the Mecha Frieza, it looks great, man. It looks really dope. It looks like a great figure. Um, but my issue is that it looks a lot like a 1.0 still, which is a little concerning in my opinion. But as far as away from the 1.0, which I still like the 1.0 Frieza, don't get me wrong. But stepping away from the 1.0 stuff, the scope looks great, the paint looks great, everything looks really great, and I think that guy's also an instant calm. Unlike that on me, but finally, man, like the pop up was fun. They had a lot of cool events. I was able to get a few buttons from the superhero movie. I'll probably show those at the end of this episode. And I always enjoy those pop-ups, man. Even if you guys don't have SEC tickets and you guys are around the San Diego area, man, it's always a treat to go ahead and check out the Bandai Dragon Ball pop-up, because they have a lot of cool shit to do, man. And yeah, man, I'm just excited for the future of this line. Like I said, and I've told you guys before, I have a bias. This is my line. This is my childhood. This is what I grew up watching, and I think that is the main line I collect. Something that, I always have to have the next release, that I definitely enjoy. And I just have fun photographing them, man. This is the perfect line for me, and I'm just excited to see the line grow. And it's the fact that we have four different sublines in the SHF Dragon Ball now, man. And who would have thought when this line started that we would have four sublines? We would not only have Dragon Ball, but we would have Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, and now Dragon Ball GT, man. It's a great time to be a Dragon Ball fan, as I mentioned before. And I mean, I couldn't be anything else but happy, man. I'm definitely excited to just be a Dragon Ball fan. This is just me enjoying the line. Great stuff. All right, guys, this has been another episode of Dynamic Saturday. First things first, I appreciate you guys making it to the end, man. Not a lot of people like to, watch long videos. So, first of all of you guys are troopers. I really appreciate you guys making it to the end of the episode. I enjoy doing these episodes and always have a fun time, man. And if you guys didn't notice, I did get a mic. So, the sound on this episode might be a little funky from here and there. I'm still working out the details on that. But hopefully you guys can hear me better. I did get a lot of you kind of giving me notes on the voice and just the audio not being that great. So hopefully this helps. I'm still figuring it out though. But yeah, man, I just want to say I appreciate you all, man. I did have an influx of new subscribers. So if you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram, man. Give me a follow on Twitter, X. I usually post the pictures first on Instagram. You guys can check those out. I usually give updates on Dynamic Saturday on Twitter. And subscribe to the channel, man. That's usually what I do. Talk figures, take pictures, just have fun with my figures, play with my shit. But yeah, man, I really appreciate you guys. I had a little bit of 20 subscribers over the past month, so that means a lot to me. And with that means that I'm probably going to open the giveaway a little longer. So I have a little giveaway, guys, if you guys haven't heard about it, that it's either up to episode 12 or 100 subscribers, where I'm trying to celebrate my 1 year on YouTube, man. It's gonna be more than 1 year because I'm taking a little longer. I didn't want this episode to take that long, but the point is, yeah, I'm celebrating 1 year. So since with the influx of like 20 new subscribers, that's a lot to me. It might not be a lot to some people, but with that little influx of, that big influx to me of subscribers, I'm actually going to open up the giveaway. So if you guys want to comment on this, just go ahead and leave a comment here. It doesn't matter what you guys want to comment. It can be I had a guy just comment his name on the last episode, I think, which is cool. So just subscribe to me, leave a comment, and you guys will have an entry into the giveaway. I still don't know what the giveaway is going to be. But for those people that I commented on my last episode, man, if you guys comment on this episode as well, I'm gonna give you 2 entries. So the people that comment on last episode and this episode, my subscribers, you guys are gonna get 2 entries in the giveaway. People who comment only on this one's gonna get 1 entry in the giveaway. And so that's how we're gonna run things. I'm also running a little bit of a raffle on the Lost Cause Collector, man. Shout out to those guys. So if you guys want to go ahead and join the His Tank raffle, the HasLab, just go ahead and message me on Instagram. I can give you guys all the details on that. I don't collect money up front. That's only until all the spots have been filled, and I'll probably run the raffle like live on Instagram, so all of you guys can see it, have full transparency. And yeah, man, I just had fun, doing this episode. It took a little longer than I expected. Just had a lot of stuff going on with life, a lot of changes in my life, positive things, gladly. So it just kind of, gave me less time to take pictures and just have fun doing videos. Shout out to the Lost Cause also again, because they pretty much provided most of the pictures you guys saw for the SDCC. I usually get all my news from them, on the Discord. They're usually on top of it. And yeah, I appreciate the guys, man. And I also want to give a shout out to Pixel10. Got some of the TMNT stuff from him. So yeah, that's about it, man. I've had, it's been another episode of Dynamic Saturday. I appreciate you all. I appreciate the new subscribers coming in. It means a lot to me, and I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. So yeah, the next episodes are gonna be a little shorter, but more consistent. So I hope you guys enjoy that. And yeah, just go ahead and like and subscribe. If you guys didn't like it, give a dislike. I don't give a fuck. Whatever you guys want to do, go ahead and do it. I appreciate you all, and this has been another